What is going on, everybody? This is Ryan Leary, William Tincup. You're listening to The Barf. What's up, William?
Man, I'm doing well. I really appreciate you taking over some of the work that I was going to do this morning because I got my hair cut.
To get your hair cut?
Dude, it's freshly washed. It's conditioned.
Your beard trimmed.
I feel good, man. I feel good.
You got
I told myself,
45 shirt on.
Hell yeah, baby. On the back of it, it's funny because it says.
Don't stand up if you ain't got pants on. Make sure.
No. Can you read the back?
Works every time. It's a work shirt. See,
baby, it works every time. I can verify that it does work every time.
I thought you were gonna lift your hands up, and there was gonna be 240s taped to them.
Yeah.
In the paper bags.
Hell yeah!
It's 1:45 p.m. in California.
It's 5 o'clock.
It's 5 o'clock over here. 4:45, baby. I was going to give Ben a fancy intro, and then you talked about your haircut and your beard trim, and then I started looking at Ben's face, and I'm like, I can't give him an intro. Like, man, I can't grow that. Look, I don't know if you can see it. Or just zoom in. I got hair that goes from here to here.
Can't connect the dots.
But on this side, it doesn't. There's like
Paraguay does not connect to Colombia. Yeah.
And
we get it.
Here.
Yeah,
I can't.
we understand. I'm envious. I'm envious.
No. What's stopping you? Just connection?
It's not dense.
I don't know. I've grown it. It just gets bushy.
Just longer and uglier. No, I mean,
I keep saying it makes me look fatter, but. Apparently, it's not the hair that does that.
Go.
That's what my wife says.
Yeah. Guys,
anyway, big shout out to Messi for the amazing 0 shots on goal, my man.
Hey,
how about it?
You played a superior team. No big deal.
Yeah, 0 shots on goal for the entire until 115 minutes in. And they almost had that one too. That volley barely slid over the crossbar.
The thing is you're playing a superior club, a superior national team. Far superior. The game before that, the one on Saturday between England and France, that was crazy because France was up 4-0, England was up 4-0 at the half. So you're like, why am I watching this? Then France comes back, scores 3 goals. England scores a goal. France scores a goal. At the end of it, it's 6-4. 10 goals scored, which is unheard of. I
didn't waste my time on the third place match.
Oh no, the third place match far superior than the final.
I will say though, and I'm not a big soccer fan, Ben. Like I can barely spell it. But I will say, after 120 minutes or whatever it was, when Messi took the corner kick, I thought.
Boy can put it on a dime.
They're going to score right here.
That's how they've done it. That's what they've done all tournament long. Cape Verde against Egypt, they scored 3 goals in the last 7 minutes.
Well, Egypt also had a goal that was disallowed.
Yeah. Well, because we don't like Egypt. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, listen, I actually thought Egypt and Morocco were 2 of my favorite teams.
They were pressing. You didn't want to face them. You did not want to face them.
Good. But this guy Messi, man, it's that kind of Steph Curry, MJ, LeBron.
Yeah.
Into the game, time slows down. Give me the ball. I'm gonna make a play on it. And I think, unfortunately, his teammate just didn't convert. But I mean, that dude was there. Not gonna let it slide by.
Eight of their starters won the World Cup in 22.
Yeah.
So when they won it the year before, so they're a little bit long in the tooth. They're a little bit older, and so this Spain team, they had 2 teams starting.
I know.
Starting. So imagine the amount of talent that comes out of Spain, and then all of a sudden they've got 2 teams starting.
Or that whole Lamine Yamal and Messi baby picture, what?
Yeah. No, I'm really happy that Spain won because they deserved it. They deserved it all. But I like the press. I like all the stuff. It was good for America in general. We needed some good stuff. Norwegians coming over and having Texas barbecue and stuff like that. Like that was a funny bit.
Yeah.
But my wife, this is the funniest thing of all. So my wife knew, because I follow football, so she knew of Ronaldo and she knew of Messi because I would talk about him. She hates Messi and loves Ronaldo. And I'm like, well, what's the bit? Like, first of all, I love Ronaldo too because he played for New United, so of course I love him. But like, well, why do you not like? Because she goes, I've seen over 50 videos of him signing autographs for kids, like kids running onto the pitch, and like security's about to get involved, and Ronaldo's like, no, it's okay. Takes a picture, signs a deal, they go off. Messi does not sign autographs. And she's like, he's an asshole. I'm like, he's actually probably one of the best players ever. So I wouldn't go that far, but like right. Ronaldo, she is a huge Ronaldo. It wouldn't surprise me if there's like a Fatheads Ronaldo poster in our bedroom at some point.
Send it to
it's going to be
Tin Cup at 123 Christmas Street.
Hell yeah!
It's all right, get us back. Ceiling. Yeah, I'm going to get you back. We're 6 minutes in, and we haven't even talked about work. We're talking about mustaches.
We haven't even introduced it. We haven't introduced Ben.
No one even knows who I am.
Jeez,
I know.
Good job.
So we got this guy on the call with us. His name is Ben. Ben Mones. What's going on, Ben?
What's up, guys? What a delayed intro. I feel like if you've been on the podcast before, you get like a 6-minute like intro. Intro. It's like the crowd would refill.
I started over. Welcome to the barf. We've got Ben on the call today.
Anywho, let's talk about Ben, Ronaldo.
Having a
scene. Yeah. Who cares about Fama?
All right, so
Ronaldo,
founder CEO of Fama Technologies.
Hello.
Fama does what?
We're an online screening company. We bring the who you are online into the talent screening process. So the behaviors that companies have cared about for a long period of time, things like harassment in the workplace, fraud, you name it, all the bad stuff, that stuff comes online now because everyone's got social media, everyone's got digital identity. Half of the workforce is Gen Z and millennial, 70% in 18 months going to be all digital native. So that's what we do. We bring who people are online in a compliant and fair way into the hiring and screening process. But you guys already know that. That's just for the people.
But it's for the audience.
That's just for the people.
It's for the audience. They need to know.
For the little people.
And plus, I would butcher that. And Ryan would be in cringe mode the entire time I would say it. So we're not going to do that.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have done any better than you, but I would have blamed it on you.
You guys sat at my booth 2 HR texts ago.
100%. Oh, that was such a good time. God, that was such a good time.
I believe we sold their largest customer that day.
That was the first year of work defined too, right? That was the.
It was.
Yeah, I think so.
It was 24.
Yeah, you are a work defined native first go, and yeah.
That was such a fun. That was such a fun thing because we didn't tell the people. We booked all the guests. But we didn't tell them what we were going to be talking about. So they sat down. Like we had the founder of Daily Pay.
Yeah.
And
Jason
Lee.
Jason Lee, yeah.
Jason sits down. He's like, well, okay, so what are we talking about? Misconduct at work. All right, give us your stories. It's like, go.
Speaking of which, you told me you were like, you should get to know Jason. And Jason, shout out if you're watching or if you're listening. This guy's like a legend. This guy is an absolute.
He's good people.
Apex predator in the world of business. And he just gave me. He was like, "Of course, I'll spend 15 minutes with founder CEO at an earlier stage of his journey, and just gave me so much great advice and such a friendly guy." So yeah, I really, I'm glad you brought that up. I totally had such a great experience with that dude.
He's a nice guy, easy to talk to. We do have one episode though, Ben. We've never been able to publish, and
because the topics that came up in misconduct were so wheels off, like it was like the Wolf of Wall Street and keep going. Misconduct at work, and we're like, we can't publish that.
It recorded like
a
Oh yeah, it's record. We should. We could call him out. Bennett sung. Bennett recorded a show.
Yep.
And then he's like, no, publish away. I'm like, we're going to hold this one back until we check with him again.
Yeah.
And then he sent a message like, hey, did you publish that yet?
No,
Anyway,
no, it didn't. It didn't make the
No,
cut because actually we thought it would do damage to your reputation and ours and Fama's. So really, it's kind of a lose, lose, lose.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no.
It seems like you
dude,
guys
if you
made the right call.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
If you need a job, we can't publish this. All right, William, kick us off. What's our first story we're going to be talking about today?
So I wanted to get y'all's opinion on List. I've been thinking a lot about List. The HR tech influencer list came out. I wrote a little bit on LinkedIn about it. But really, it's like when you see a list, it's not that list, but when you see a list of like people you should follow in recruiting, people that are great in people analytics, etc. What y'all's take? Like, honest to goodness, what do you, when you see a list of people to follow, people you should care about, people that are influential and all that other stuff? They use a lot of different words. What do you think, Ryan? What immediately comes to mind? And again, the truth.
I mean, look, I don't make lists, and I don't think I've been on a list in 10 years. And then I look at these lists, and I'm like, I have significantly more experience than this guy who's never practiced anything that requires you to be on this list.
100%.
So, and that's why I don't like them. They're influencer lists. I totally get that. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
And look, if you're on the list, leverage it the best way you can. Put it out there, run with it, because you can get a lot of business out of that. So no hate there. The people curating the list, they do it in a way, unfortunately, where it's meant, they're marketers, right? They do it in a way to drive traffic, because they know if you put these subset of 10 people, they have a larger following. They're going to tag and tag and tag and tag and push and push and push and push. All good. That's good. But build a different list, because I think that hurts the credibility of an organization that has a lot of influence in the actual space, and there's plenty of actual practitioners doing the thing that they could put on the list.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you're right. Your instincts are right. It's a marketing thing used in a marketing way, and that's fine if everyone knows that. Right. It's the everyone knowing that is the part that's broken. The other part is what happens to the 101. That person that you were right there, but you were 101 or 102.
You don't get participation trophies. That's already.
I'm just saying. Although they have created a new list called the Rising Stars, and submissions were last Friday, and so the Rising Stars.
Did you nominate me? Thank you. I appreciate
now
that.
Now you're at.
I think you're breaking
Cheers,
up.
buddy.
Are you on a cell phone?
Can't hear you.
Great caller. Great caller.
Yeah. What? Ben, what do you think about these lists? Because
you guys probably don't know this, but you're talking to Miss 20 in their 20s from the LA Business Journal from 11 years ago. So I was on one of these lists.
A 20 under 20?
That's a good list. And you were in your 20s?
For the LA Business Journal. It was
cool. That's significant,
you know
actually.
Here's what I'll tell you. It made me feel good. It made me feel good at the time. It made me feel like in business someone's actually paying attention, because you know, as Drake said, you don't get an award for this, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
This doesn't come with trophies in our world. So it was cool, to be recognized, but I got to agree with you, Ryan. Like, I think in general, this needs to, have a sponsored or paid sort of designation at the top so everybody knows what this shit really is. Because 9.8999 times out of 10, that is a pay-to-play, kind of like list that you get on. And look no further than the OG of the list game, BuzzFeed. You guys remember, like...
Oh, yeah.
Years ago.
Oh, that was the game right there.
BuzzFeed was dropping listicles, and we were all reading them, and then suddenly the list became sponsored, and then everyone was like, wait, like, why am I going to this website? Why am I reading it? So I think they're interesting. I think it's cool. I think it makes the people who are named on the list feel a type of way and get some recognition that's, needed in the world of business, which is full contact and cutthroat. But I think so many of them are pay to play now, and even like the Forbes list is all all pay to play at this point.
Yeah. So $2,500, you can become a writer. So Ben, I got a question for you then. So when you were on this list, the 20 and 20, because this is my thought. Some founders or some people in business at that point get that false sense of security. They made it.
Yeah.
Right? And like they take their foot off the gas a bit, and then you can see that you're like, oh, well, where did that person go? Well, not all 20 were supposed to actually make it. No, I get that, but I feel like not you, but like people on the list kind of take their foot off the pedal. What are we looking at here?
So this is my 40 under 40 photo. So I did not make a 20 under 20 or a 30 under 30 or a 50 under 50. I did make.
You were
40.
A late bloomer.
Oh yeah, I was definitely absolutely a late bloomer. Still blooming, by the way. So they basically said, come to the photo shoot and bring something that's really important to you. So I come to the photo shoot and I bring a cigar. It's a Monte Cristo, number 4, Cubano. And so I lit it. And the guy's like, you can't smoke it here. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I just keep smoking. He's like, okay, well, I'll just take photos. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of your job. So you do that. So this is the photo of my 40 under 40. And so the funniest thing is once we have this bit, then you have a dinner or some type of deal. There's a publication, there's dinner, and they're showing everybody's photos. And everyone's photo was like a baseball bat or, something like their kid or something like that. Guitar. It's exactly right, Ryan. Yeah, bass guitar or some shit like that. And I've got a cigar. And they're all like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, I would have brought a cigar. If I could have brought a cigar, I'm like, yeah, well, it is what it is. But
I feel bad for people that are on audio only right now. And
no, dude, it's all.
Yeah, we got to describe it.
Yeah,
you got to Google. We'll put the link in the notes somewhere. But it's he's sitting there and is that a Dickie shirt?
Oh yeah, I can share it. It's shareable.
What? No, that's it. Give me the photo. We're putting it in the newsletter.
It's got it. So my take on Liz is that the startup game is like full of vanity metrics. For me, it was like getting in TechCrunch. It was our first, our Series Seed fundraise was announced in TechCrunch.
That was a big deal, by the way.
Oh, it was a big deal. It felt awesome, and it was like, organic, and it happened. And the reporter reached out to me. He heard about it from Amplify, which is the accelerator that we were in. Yep. It was kind of like in 2015, a smaller community locally on the tech side of things here in Los Angeles. But, I think, Ryan, that's just like one of many things that slows people down. I think the larger culprit is like raising money as a measure of success. Right. Especially now in this like
good luck
AI wave that we're in, where there's these monster seed rounds that, companies are raising and, essentially building a company to keep pace of the enterprise valuation that you've signed up for.
Right.
And once the light fades, you've got a board and you've got a budget and a forecast, and that is what matters to your own, like, how well am I doing? Because someone will tell you how well you're doing.
Yeah.
You got some of these runaway companies that are killer, like, I met the CEO of Clay, the sales software company. This dude's on a OpenAI billboard or an Anthropic billboard in Soma in San Francisco. So that's probably his sign that he knows that he's doing something right.
Well,
you're doing well.
Yeah.
All right.
Funding in this era is like you're at the end of SaaS pricing model wise, and now you're dealing with AI pricing, which is really complex. Mm-hmm. And all the investors are like, okay, what's the model? How are we going to, because they love SaaS because it's predictable. You'd have MRR, ARR, and you just had to grow 15% every year, blah, 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 blah. Like they had a playbook. They don't have a playbook. This kind of harkens back to the beginning, like almost the internet bubble or even the social bubble, where we'll just invest in Twitter. We don't know when we'll ever make money. It's like, oh, okay, well, that's one way to go about it. And so you got a lot of nervous investors because they don't have a playbook yet. They'll get one. They're smart people. They'll build one.
I think so.
They're making money. It doesn't.
Don't feel sorry for an investment banker ever.
I am not feeling sorry for them at all. All right. So I'm gonna give you a story. Ben, you might be better than us to give an answer, and since you are our wonderful guest today, I'm gonna ask you. I'll give you the story. So more than 4,500 Google employees signed a petition demanding stronger protection from AI-driven layoffs. So here's it. All right, so here's what it is. So Google wants employees to embrace AI. They want to improve it. They want to build it into their jobs. The employees are asking the question, are we making ourselves more valuable, or are we just making it easier for Google to need fewer of us, right? Are we basically training ourselves out of a job? So here's what they're asking for: guaranteed severance packages, voluntary buyouts before mandatory layoffs, an end to performance review quotas, more transparency around workforce cuts, whatever that means, and then fairer treatment during AI-driven restructuring. Again, whatever that means. What say you?
Without commenting on like Google's business decisions, of which there are like, I'm sure, a range of variables, including like how many people they hired up until, the post-COVID peak, when the ZERP period where we were hiring all these people, right? Is this a normalization and back to kind of that pre-COVID blip that 10 years from now, like, oh yeah, there was that weird thing that happened and then everything kind of evened out again. But more generally, this idea of, and this is happening at other companies too, I think like, the fear of training AI that, your company is essentially going to use to build an agent to replicate the tasks and work that you're doing. I have sort of a kind of a fatalist view on this, which may or may not be a good thing, but like this is a one-way street. This is a wave that is happening. This is not going back in the other direction, period. I don't think we're going to find ourselves. I think CEOs are kind of tasked with like managing their stock price and the investments in AI and human capital within their OpEx and what that looks like long term and how they're thinking about, personnel, non-headcount spend, all of that. I think there's a lot of like reasons for why you hear these press releases that are probably distorted from reality, of the kind of second, you guys know what I'm talking about, the second and third order effects of why CEOs and say and do the things that they say and do. But, I think more generally, like we're in a world where every single month, definitely every quarter, maybe not every month, but certainly every single quarter, CEOs of big companies are, asking themselves like, can I do this? Can I take it one step further? Can I, continue to advance down this path of automation? And I think the reality is that I do believe this will create net more jobs in the long run, but there will be a short-term period, I think, of people who are leaving and getting terminated or forcing their way out. So I think try as they might, I think they should. Shout out to everyone at Google. You should fight for yourself. Fight for your own intellectual and human capital who you are. But like this is a one-way street. This toothpaste ain't going back in the tube. This AI stuff is here. There might be some recalibration of like people like, well, we fired too many people. We got to bring them back. But I don't think that
it reeks of entitlement to me. Google in particular sold everyone a batch of goods on their culture. So you could go to Google and they had the bean bags and all kinds of cool stuff. Like, it was great. And so you've created an entire culture of employees that believe that, I work for a company, but really the company works for me and it works around me. And it's a little bit less to do with AI and more about entitlement for me, which I don't think there is entitlement. I think you're holding on to a train, to Ben's point, and the train's moving. So you can try and stop the train. Good luck. Not going to happen. And you can write all the petitions you want. Alphabet will do what's in the best interest of the shareholders. Period. In the story. That, and oh, by the way, Wall Street / Silicon Valley has fallen in love with a revenue per employee model. So, the deal is, again, Shopify, you have a CEO that comes out and says, you can't hire this person until you prove to me that AI can't do it. Then when that first happened, everyone, hit the fan, right?
Right.
More CEOs are having that thought now. They're like, okay, what's the net here? So them writing a 4,500 petition, like, first of all, if I'm a leader at Google, I'm laughing at that and discarding it as just, seriously, stop. You're making yourself look dumb.
Do your job.
Do your job. Stop being entitled. Just do your job.
I also think it's a 200,000 employee company.
Point taken.
Yeah,
good point.
You're talking about 4,500 people. Do the adjustments in your mind. Now, I actually disagree with you on that one, sir. Which is that I'm actually wrong on Google. I think Google is a great company and has survived numerous iterations of the tech market and cycle, and has found, also from people I know who've worked there and work there now, a genuine spirit of innovation. I think there is some crowding in the product management function within Google, because they've kind of siloed individual products in a really interesting way.
Metaverse.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry.
Yeah, but they've got, overall, if you squint your eyes, they've got a pretty good track record at handling.
No hate to Google. Really,
I think it's
my disdain was more towards the entitlement of employees. If you could be any company, could be Facebook, could be pick a company. I don't even care. Acme Co. Doesn't matter. If your employees feel that entitled, you've done something wrong. I think that's, especially during this transition, you should be figuring out how to manage AI instead of figuring out how is AI going to replace me. Well, first of all, it's going to replace you because you're thinking about the wrong thing. It's the economy, stupid. It's one of those kind of IQ tests for me.
Yeah.
If you're thinking about whether or not it's going to replace you, you've already thought the wrong thought.
Yeah, I don't think it's a Google issue that has built the entitlement. I think it's just society and
interesting.
This is just what it is. This is what we're up against.
All right, I have a story for you.
I've got a few of them right here.
I got a story for the two of you, similar but different. Should agentic AI be considered a part of the workforce?
Yes.
Why?
Okay. There you go. Thank you, Ben. Because I was about to do it.
Man of many words.
I was about to do it too. And go ahead.
Yeah, no, I do, and we had a story. I think it was last week or a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks ago, I would have had a different thought on this. Ben, I came across a tool called Victor, and it's VICTKOR, something like that. Yeah. But the way they present their agents, yeah, the way they present, so I should stay away from. Is that what you're saying?
If you met him in Bangkok, I'm just going to leave that there. Just is what it is.
So they present their agents as coworkers, and I thought, well, that's a bunch of BS. That's a marketing. Then I started thinking about it, and I spoke with them, and I'm like, no, I can actually get behind this, because at what point, and I think it's now we're starting to see in some organizations, certainly not majority, and but the most progressive of progressive, we're seeing agents hit the org chart now, and we're seeing them managed on an org chart today, and so not at volume, but they're being managed that way. And the way Victor is presenting this was interesting, because they're saying you're a coworker. And so if you think of them as a coworker, or if you're and you're asking questions, for example, let's say I've got Agent X, and Agent X is a marketing person. And I keep asking Agent X stuff about finance and RevOps. At some point, they're going to say, hey, man, you really need a RevOps guy.
You talk to Stephanie.
Let's build another agent. Let's bring in whoever, right? Give them a name, and then onboard that person. And so now you're building your team efficiently based on the questions that you're asking over and over and over, and how you're asking them. It then takes it and says, okay, here's your team. And so now we're building your team based on your actual use. And so I can see them as coworkers and actually listed in the org chart this way.
Ben, How much do you hate that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
He hates it. You can tell by his face. He hadn't.
Go ahead.
There is zero. He's pulling partnerships.
He's sitting on his hands. Thanks, Ryan. They'll never be clients again. Thanks, Ryan. It's all your fault.
Me and Ryan ganging up on Tin Cup, but this feels like the other way around. So
yes,
I'm genuinely gonna take the other side of it. But a few things. One, they're not. They're not.
Let's start with the obvious. They're not.
They're pieces of software. But two, headcount for me, these agents, these tools, and I'm deep in the game. I've had like co-work doing stuff this entire podcast. I'm like, I got a free hour, and my computer is going to be able to do stuff while I'm on this sesh with you guys. And so I'm big in. I'm not the guy who's decrying the use of AI, but these agents are not just single purpose, but they're dual purpose or they're multi-purpose type agents, and they do stuff for us. They do stuff in finance, they do stuff in RevOps, but they're task oriented. And humans are not just on an org chart doing tasks for you when they work at your company. Humans are bringing, if you're doing it right, I mean, certainly if you're running like Megacorp and you're like, well, this person does that, you do that, and you do it 12
You
hours.
separate the paper clips. Go do that.
Yeah, right. Clock out and clock back in, right? The old clock out machine. You put your little card in, you clock out.
I love those things, man.
I miss those things. But,
did you ever clock anyone in or clock someone out?
Not at this job, but I've
you've been down this path.
Wendy's, I clocked out, and at Nordstrom.
So it's called buddy punching for the folks that are maybe younger and don't understand.
You mean clocking other people in it?
Hell yeah, buddy punch. Oh yeah, no.
Oh yeah.
We had
to be there. Call me on the main line, but I think humans do a lot of other stuff if you're doing it right, and they're bringing innovation. They're bringing a spirit of ownership. Mm-hmm. They have a voice box in their throat that allows them to communicate with you in a multitude of ways that, if you've ever talked to a person, you might notice you never know what they're going to say next, right? And AI, you can pretty much guess in a defined universe of the pre-training and pre-learning that they've done, what they may or may not say next. So, I also think you don't have to pay agents as much. You don't have benefits for agents. You don't have insurance. I mean, you do have to pay them to do stuff, but my point is like, humans on an org chart beget a very different, at least from a business owner perspective, a very different thing than the agent and the responsibility that and the support staff associated with it. So I think it's clever. I think it's interesting. And I could see a Gen AI future where maybe we're thinking about things a little bit differently. But would you really put it on an org chart? Does an agent report to somebody? Does an agent
somebody's got to be responsible for it. Someone's got to manage it. For all those 4,500 people in Google, that's what you should be learning.
And you refer to it as them.
Yeah, sure. I'm personifying it for the sake of simplifying the conversation.
Yeah.
But
they, them. No, we got you.
You're really technically, someone's responsible for me.
Just like they're responsible for bringing coffee to the office.
Yeah, but I was going to say someone's probably responsible for it, like they're responsible for making sure the lights are on when you walk into the office every day. But like,
fair.
An agent serves multiple masters. Again, if you're doing it right, an agent lives in your company ecosystem and does different things for different people. But, you have a very different kind of rigid set of management structures in companies that are much more verticalized.
So do you see yourself creating an Ask Ben agent so your employees can then interface with Ask Ben?
Now.
Do I consider doing that? I have a chief of staff agent that's trained on every call I've ever had, every email I've ever sent, every Slack message I've ever written. I had it train on this like Buddhist philosopher too, to like create a space of universal understanding.
Hell yeah!
Conversations with people, and it's killer. I mean, it is unbelievable. Yeah. So I don't have it talk to my team on my behalf, but I have it do a lot of stuff. So I have like a digital twin at
yeah. But they don't interface
who
with
manages
it.
Right.
We're on the org chart. Where on the org chart is? Ask Ben.
It doesn't have any needs. It's just like
what's his name? What's his name? What's his name?
It doesn't have a name, but I made it stop like thanking me and telling me I was doing a good job.
Yeah.
You're a piece of software. You're not.
Stop. I don't need validation, especially electronic validation. Yeah.
Thanking me, like, don't thank me. And I'm not. Please. I'm not gonna say please.
We're gonna have to talk offline on how you did that
and
used it, because I want to do the same thing. All right. I've got one more, Ben.
All right, bring it.
This is actually going to be in Ben's wheelhouse, so I want to bring this. So this is with Chili's, the restaurant chain Chili's, which I haven't been to a Chili's in a lot of years.
I went recently.
Yeah.
Small town America. It's still a big thing.
Yeah. So they fired an employee. They fired an employee. So the employee says he was fired over pronouns. So Chili's is obviously saying opposite. They're actually saying he repeatedly harassed and intimidated a coworker. So here's kind of the story. So the employee they're calling it a pronoun dispute. Chili's is saying it's repeated harassment.
Grammar calls it not a dispute, but yeah, go ahead.
Not a dispute, yeah. So here's what was happening. There was an employee who was using pronouns in the workplace. They were getting harassed, all this stuff. Anyway, he took it online.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
and started chatting about it and doing his thing, and And
was he talking about that person? Was he talking about a person?
It didn't say if they were saying specifically that person, but it probably was like at work or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And so with the harassment at work that was being said to the person, and the online stuff that was found, this person was cut loose because
red state,
which is
red
right
state,
in your wheelhouse.
Red state or blue state?
That's a good question. I'm guessing it was probably a blue state.
Yeah, it goes nowhere to the Supreme Court, so you can sue all you want to, and it will eventually hit a federal circuit court, and they'll just throw it out. So
right. So
I don't know about that, but continue.
Well. Yeah. Okay. So if it hits a federal court and then appeals court and then it goes to the Supreme Court, they'll throw it out. So it's it's the political. It's what we're in right now, with both the divisiveness of the people tell me this all the time. It's like, we're the most divided we've ever been in our history. I'm like, do you remember the Civil War? Like, we actually went to war. Like, people died. People died with guns and stuff.
Don't get me started on the Constitutional Convention, because I'll take
I'm down. I'm down. So okay, Constitution wise, who North South, who requested the 3/5 part? All men are created equal, Africans are 3/5 of a human being.
Wait, we need buzzers for this. We don't have buzzers to tap in.
North South. Who actually fought for that?
Knowing that
I'm guessing North.
That slavery as a term was something that couldn't even be mentioned in the Constitutional Convention, because the founding fathers thought that would disintegrate the republic before it even began.
100%.
I'm going to guess that there was some northern diplomat, maybe John Adams, that requested that was in there. Probably the same guy who said that the transatlantic slave trade would be banned 20 years after the Constitutional Convention was
clearly not correct. You're absolutely right. It was the North. It was the North, because they realized if each each slave had one vote, that the South would have more voting power than the North. So it came down to, of course, there's morals and ethics and all this other, whatever. No, it came down to the North didn't want the South to have the political power that it would have had.
Then I took a guess. Your explanation sounded perfect.
John Adams seems about right, but it was probably a collection of folks, because they realized the math.
I love that chapter of history.
Yeah, me too.
Favorites.
Me too. So the Chili's
So what
deal.
about Chili's?
Yeah, pronouns.
So what's the rub? The guy gets fired. What do I think about it?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking you're going to like the idea that he was fired.
Well, since Tin Cup already brought up the circuit courts, I'll cite a case from July of 2024.
Okay.
Where there was a Nashville police officer who was being essentially called out by her colleagues for being a black woman, and they were saying all this misogynistic and racist stuff about her.
Those are protected classes, by the way.
And yeah,
both gender and race. Those are protected. Pronouns are
different story because that's
pronouns are not protected classes.
This person got fired, and he challenged the termination. It got all the way to the Ninth Circuit, and it was upheld that the Nashville Metropolitan Police Department could fire him because of what they found. Now, where I'll say I am in support of the Chili's guy getting fired. Sorry, dude. But
sorry, Chili guy.
And I love the bottomless chips.
Flair. Just got to wear some more flair. Yep, got it.
Are great. It's a fun place to hang out, a great place to bring the family, great place to bring her friends. So that's my Chili's commercial.
As long as you don't use pronouns.
I think the
Shim.
I'm going to go back to what we said before about AI and Google, and I'm going to type AI and Google to Chili's and pronouns, which is,
love it.
We're living in a world where there's a substantial portion today of the workforce that treats those things with a high degree of, importance, a certain sacredness associated with it, right? And whether or not people disagree with the idea of pronouns, in the workplace and who should, who shouldn't use them. The bottom line is there's somebody at that company who felt like they were not just like,
marginalized.
Someone said, "Oh, well, stupid pronoun. I can't believe you're using pronouns." But clearly, I don't know anything about this case besides what I just heard right now. Clearly, it turned into something more than that.
It did.
In my personal opinion, harassment of any kind in the workplace.
No place.
Alienates workers, that makes them less productive, that drives up toxicity and makes good people want to leave, is a bad thing. And it happening online, I think, obviously, Rand, I know why you asked me that one, but it's like the internet has become the third space. We talk a lot about where's the new third space in our lives in 2026, and it was like, I think when, let's say 20 years ago when I get into the workforce, I think it was like happy hour after work.
Oh, yeah.
Third space.
Mm-hmm. I had a bar in my office.
It was cool. We would all go and we'd hang out there, and everyone would, we'd take turns buying a round or whatever. And, and you go home. But I think the third space is now the internet.
Yeah.
And I think the third space has kind of emerged for where people engage with one another and meet one another and converse to be no different than the analog space of the workplace. And I think that's the sort of interesting thing about the question, Ryan, is like, is online and offline, that's my question back to you. Do you think online and offline is different? Do you think that you should be able to do things on the internet that you shouldn't do in person?
No, I don't. I think it's the same thing now. I think
because that's
the argument.
A lot of people.
Yeah, I think the argument against that is my social space is my space, not the employer space or not offline.
Yeah.
But it's your decision. It's you doing something, and I think it all relates back.
You don't want the whole William to show up at work. That whole bit.
The whole William really ever.
The whole William. That's the deep dark crevices of my brain. You don't want those at work.
But despite you bringing the whole William to work, and I've known you for like 10 years now, and I've seen in both professional and personal the whole William, not the whole William, but like you also know where the line is. You know what I mean? It's like
truth.
You know where you can bring your whole self to work, but not
right.
I tell people, it's like people always ask me, they're like, well, I can't really like. What happens when people say stuff outside of work? Can I ding them for something that happened outside of work? And I was like, look, like all of us say things to our friends on a group chat or to our spouse or to our siblings that we would never say at work. that we would never even say to like our work best friend. You know what I mean? Or your work husband or your work wife, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, majority of people know where that line is, and it sounds like this Chili's dude did it.
Didn't get the memo.
You didn't know that, okay, you can make comments with your buddies about, watch some comedians talk about pronouns and send videos to each other and make fun of people who use pronouns. Okay, in your personal life, do whatever you want. But when it comes to the workplace, if people are going to be upset by that, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, find out between being upset and being harassed, and it sounds like this person is getting harassed, and it wasn't just a one-off thing. It sounded like it kept happening and happening.
Drops mic, walks off stage. Ryan, this has been great. We should do this more often.
We should. What are you doing tomorrow, Ben?
Yeah, you got a free hour. Come on.
Let's see. Tomorrow. I'm washing my hair. I think I'm washing my hair.
Hell yeah.
Washing my hair.
Hell yeah.
Just look at the org chart, find the right agent that can do your work, and then you join us. Just saying.
Thank you,
Ben. Seriously, thank you, Ben. This has been.
It's so fun coming on this stuff with you guys. Thanks for having me, and let's do it again.
This has been fun. This has been fun. We'll see. To the audience, we shall see you next time.